All right, let's go, dude. Sorry I was a little bit late. I got caught up because I got a gift from Bullpen Burbank of a box of these like Donruss UFC cards. They're like baseball cards for UFC. I gotta be honest, man. I wasn't a baseball card guy. I wasn't like a baseball card, football card. Like I don't even remember the last time I probably opened one when I was like 10. These are way more fun than I expected, dude. Didn't hurt that in the very first pack that I opened, I got a limited edition Sean O'Malley card that apparently is worth more than the entire box because I'm a lucky mofo, son. But yeah, dude, bullpenburbank.com. If you guys are into cards, you should, dude. I don't know, because like I never really cared about baseball, you know. Like I just didn't care about baseball. So like collecting the cards never made any sense to me. And I only really love the 49ers. But the UFC, I love so much that I'm like, dude, why is this so fun, dude? It's awesome. Anyway, so what's up, dudes? How about now? That's a fact, dude. That's the second thing I'm going to plug tonight. Hey, Jesse on Fire, you look lonely. How are you going to get some companionship tonight? I'm like, Grinder, dog. I'm out of state. You think this is my house? This ain't my house. I'm at a hotel. I'm actually in a resort. And I am on Grinder looking for some companionship. Just kidding. What's up, Raw with Jesus? Dude, Tom Aspinall is a savage. Let's just start right there. Yes, I play video games. I love me some Call of Duty. But let's talk Tom Aspinall really quick because, well, not really quick. Let's talk about Tom Aspinall. So that fight was way bigger than people realize, I think, dude. That's what I think people, I don't think people realize how huge that fight actually was because across the board for like a multitude of reasons. But I'll just start with Tom Aspinall personally. Of course, I know Grinder's gay. It's a joke. I was joking, dude. It was a joke. I have 3 kids. I'm married. If I was looking for booty on apps, you think I would talk about it online? It's a joke. It's a joke. Anywho, that would have been funny if not, though. I'm all, ooh, Grinder. I was like, look at this dude. So here's where I'm at, right? Or how I think about this. It's like Tom Aspinall is one of the hottest prospects. Let's just actually talk past tense. Was one of the hottest prospects that the heavyweight division has seen in a long time. If you really think about the heavyweight division for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, right? Like 4 or 5, like let's say since Francis lost to Stipe the first time in 2018. I'm pretty sure that was 2018. Since that moment, the heavyweight division has not really had a guy where you looked and you were like, man, this dude could be the guy at heavyweight. Like this guy could really be the guy. Like this guy could like win the title and be a huge star and a huge draw. And, you know, Tom Aspinall not only was putting guys down in a minute, you know, like he was right coming into the Curtis Blades. He had put everybody down in like 1 minute. He looked good everywhere. Super fast on his feet, incredible straight punches, great boxing, great head movement, good, distance management. And then he gets you on the ground and like his submissions look scary. Like he looks like if you feel him, as soon as he grabs a hold of his wrist and he's got a Kimura, you're like, dude, you better tap because he's going to rip your arm out of your socket. He's nasty. And for the fans, it's really exciting. For the UFC, it's really exciting. But first of all, for Tom Aspinall, he's running through guys. Everything is in front of him. He feels invincible. Everything's going his way. And then he goes into the Curtis Blades fight. He throws a kick and then boom, his leg is folded in half, dude. He takes a catastrophic injury. And I think like I talk on the channel a lot, or I just talk about whatever I'm thinking about. So I think about a lot in the combat sports world, how much how inspirational it is when guys can take losses and then they can regroup and then come back and just really make something of their career, whether it becomes the championship or like in Masvidal's case, you know, what he did, where he went from whatever he was before he, took the time off, and then Darren Till fight and into there. Like someone, they refocus, they change something, they come back, and their career becomes something completely different. It's so hard to make it in this. It's so hard to make it in this business and in this sport. It's so unforgiving. One mistake can be the end of your entire career. And I do think a lot about that, like guys losing and what it does to their confidence and then what it takes to come back. And what I was realizing, going into this fight is that I actually don't feel like I spend enough time thinking about injuries, like thinking about the impact on a guy like this, because this actually doesn't happen very often. That's the other thing. It's like a guy at that stage of the game where he's really on the come up. He looks like he's on a tear. He's definitely coming for the title. He's been running through everybody, and then boom, catastrophic knee injury. Like, that's really rare for that to happen. But when that happens, coming back from that for a lot of people is just as challenging, if not more challenging, than a loss or two losses. Because, I mean, I don't know like, you're trying to avoid doubt, right? You're going into an octagon to fight another absolute killer, and you want to be in there just stone confident. Like, if you looked at Tom Aspinall tonight, if you looked at his energy coming into the octagon, when, like while he was in there, and then as he was speaking, and then when he was going to go out, I mean, like, that guy looked like he don't know. He was so confident. He looked blindly confident. I didn't see a shred of doubt in his mind. You know what I mean? Like, not even a shred of doubt. And I think that speaks volumes about his mental, dude. And I'm not, and there was a difference between the kind of confidence that he appeared to have per my, read on him, versus other guys that I've seen early in their career where they've run through guys and you kind of look at them and they look confident, but it's almost like, I don't know, like it's like a young, almost arrogant confidence. His just looked cold to me, just cold stone confidence. I showed Gabrielle on the phone. We were walking through, because I'm at a resort at a family reunion. So it's not like I'm like sitting watching the fights. I've been watching them on my phone this whole time. And, when he was coming out, I turned the volume all the way up. We were walking through the hall. I was like, look, dude, I'm like, this is the UK's guy. He folded his knee. He's coming back. I told the whole story. And then when he was coming in, I was like, dude, look at his face. And then when he was in the octagon, right before they were about to fight, I said to her, I was like, he cannot wait to get his hands on this guy. He looks stone cold and excited. He looks excited to start this. He doesn't look nervous. He looks incredibly confident. And then he goes out and performs like that. And it's like, coming back from an injury like that, given the situation, is just, he deserves an incredible amount of credit. He really does, dude. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might just, and maybe this is fresh on my mind just because, like, when I was doing a lot of, like when I was younger and doing a lot of athletic, like, I never took a really serious injury when I was playing soccer, or, well, I mean, any of the sports I played. Soccer was my most serious sport. And I never took any really serious injuries, And when I was kickboxing, I didn't take any really serious injuries either. Nothing that like kept me out for a long period of time. The only two serious injuries, or whatever, like injuries that really like kept me out of training for, I don't know, 6 weeks to 3 months or whatever, have both happened since jiu-jitsu. The first one I got swept straight onto my head. I was trying to armbar a guy, and my foot, I thought I had freed my foot in half guard. And so I was immediately transitioning to an armbar, but he still just barely had my foot. And he's this wrestler. He was huge, and he swept me just straight onto my head. And it felt like I literally, from the right side of my head all the way down to like my sacrum on the right side just went completely numb. Went numb in a way that also hurt so bad that I actually can't even really exaggerate how much it fucking hurt. I ripped my gi off literally like it was on fire. It hurt so much. So that injury, like I just had to wait. I couldn't feel hot or cold on my, on this whole area for about 3 weeks. You could have melted an ice cube. I wouldn't have felt it except that I was wet. But that one was just kind of like, okay, that was a fluke thing. Like that was just a fluky ass thing. And I didn't really worry about it. When I tore my bicep tendon very recently, if you guys watch the channel a lot, you know that just happened. Like, dude, like going into the competition that I did last week, and this is like, dude, I got nothing on the line. Like, I'm just doing this because I like to compete. And I will just take this moment to reiterate to anybody, if they haven't heard me say this, I am so grateful that I started training jiu-jitsu, a few years ago. It's like, because you have this organized competitive thing that you can do forever, right? Like I'll be a black belt by the time, I'll be a black belt probably by 2029, depending on how much I train, maybe a little earlier, whatever. But like, when I'm competing at black belt, it won't make any difference. It's not like there's going to be any more on the line than there is now, but it's like, I'm just doing it for fun. There's no real stakes other than I want to win worlds next year. I want to win pans, and I want to do that so that I can, be in the same class as the guys that I train with. It's not, but like, it doesn't actually matter, and I'm stressing the fuck out about my bicep tendon all the time. Like I was going into that tournament. I'm like, dude, I kept saying to Gabrielle, I'm like, dude, this shit hurts, man. Like it hurts inside my muscles. Like it feels like it's going to snap. And she's like, well, stop fucking saying it. And she's like, is it a new thing? And I can't tell if I'm just wigging myself out about it, whatever. But like, if I was a professional athlete, like this is my point why I'm talking about this, is like, if I was Tom Aspinall and I had my entire life in front of me, every single dream that I've ever had is about to be accomplished, and I snap my fucking tendons in my knee or my ligaments, and then I'm coming back and I'm in the same fucking place where last time I went in there, my knee snapped in half. Like, I don't know, dude. Like if you get injured, it's over. I would be tripping, dude. I would be tripping. And he's like he just wasn't. He's awesome. No, I'm not, dude. I don't do yayo for the 100th time. I didn't say when I'm 29. I definitely did not say when I'm 29. Start UFC. Hey, idiot. Tell me you don't know anything about martial arts without telling me you don't know anything. Who said anything about UFC, idiot? I said jiu-jitsu. But dude, I literally just vaped that like unconsciously without even thinking about it. Dude, Tom Aspinall's an absolute monster, man. An absolute monster. And my opinion is that we'll get into like to the title. So John Jones responded to Tom Aspinall's call out, which he's good on the mic. I don't love his call out at all. I like the John Jones one. I don't like Cyril Gahn. I think the fight for him is obvious, right? It's obviously Pavlovich. And the fact that sorry, I'm trying to stay focused, but the chat's so funny right now, dude. Did I get kicked out of that? Well, wait, what? Wait, where'd it go? You seriously think there's a possibility that I'm 50? Are you serious? Come on, dude. But wait, where'd that go? Yes, correct. I said black belt by 29. Like 2029, correct. Or earlier, actually. Let me think about this. Yeah, maybe 2028. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But, 'cause, 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 Wait, where's... Anyway, I was trying to find the one that said, did I get kicked out of my house? No, I'm on vacation. I'm in Wisconsin at a family reunion. Gabrielle and the children are at the arcade. Dude, trust me, I will be a strapping 50-year-old man. You can bet that, son. You can bet that. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is definitely not my house. This is a resort that I'm at. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I think Tom Aspinall is very likely to be the UFC heavyweight title holder without losing a fight from now. You know, I think Pavlovich, I think he beats the brakes off Pavlovich because his straight punches are so good. You know, Pavlovich has titanic power. He's super fast, and he just kind of overwhelms guys with you know, with kind of like whoa, whoa, whoa. But dude, I mean, look at the shot that he knocked. Look at the shot he knocked him out with. You know, the one that put him down is just a dead straight punch right down the middle. You know, Aspinall can't beat Gone. Hold on. I'm sorry. Is this the same dude that said I look 50? Hang on. I just want to make sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this guy's talking nonsense. Okay. That is an absurd take, dude. You really you think that Aspinall can't? I'm not like anybody can beat anybody, but I'm saying you really believe that Gone is going to be favored in that fight? Is this your first time seeing Tom Aspinall fight? I would suggest that you go watch his other fights and then reevaluate. Because if John Jones choked Cyril Gane in 1 minute, okay, like Aspinall's takedowns are 10 times faster than John Jones's. He'll take Cyril Gane down so fast he won't even know what happened. It'll be like, and fight. I'm on my back and I don't even know what happened. Dude, Aspinall will take him down and smash him. And then, well, actually, he'll submit him. Gane KOs. Okay. I mean, that's the only, okay, so that's the only one that you've seen? If that's the only fight that you've seen, then I understand. But like, go watch these other fights because no, Aspinall will take him down easily. If Cyril Gane does not get better takedown defense, Cyril Gane got taken down by Ngannou 100 times, and then John took him down and guillotined him. Okay, Aspinall's takedown game and then ground game is, well, I mean, maybe not ground game necessarily like straight up better than John Jones's, but his ability to take that fight to the ground is, I mean, just go watch. Like go watch go watch any of his other fights. Just go look one up on SureDog so you see the outcome and watch. Dude, the thing with I mean, listen, I actually don't know if he's a black belt. It's totally irrelevant. That's the thing. Like belt system's not relevant. I'll come back to that in a second. Sorry, I didn't do the super chat. Nighthawk, thank you for the super chat. When are you going to do the membership at Patreon? Love your stuff. I'm going to do. Oh, thank you. This is $10. Thank you, dude. I'm going to try to get it up in the next 2 weeks. Like because I really want to think about exactly what I'm going to do with the membership. I don't want to just like randomly throw it up. Like because I'm going to be offering a different kind of content, Jesse on everything type stuff. And I'll do it on this channel. And that way I don't have to worry about getting flagged because like no like trolls are going to pay money to go on and then like flag my videos. You know what I mean? So that seems like a good way to bring that channel back. And that way I won't be like exploding at the gills to talk about that stuff and then end up attacking other combat sports analysts because they said that a movie's a QAnon movie, you know? Like that's the kind of thing where I was thinking about this today. So I'm like, you know, like they're all, I don't know. I was just thinking about because I was on Instagram and there are all these people like, oh my God, Luke Thomas just dominated Jesse on Fire. I'm like, okay, you know. And so I was thinking about like, I mean, would I say like even respond? And like, no, you know, because I really thought of him like, I mean, I completely started it, you know. I completely started it. Of course, like if he says, you know, screw that, like, fuck that guy, he's not on my level. He's a skin tag, he isn't shit. It's like, I mean, I did call him a fucking idiot completely unprompted, you know what I mean? Like I went pretty fucking hard at him in that video. And I was like, I mean, I think like his response kind of tit for tat. It's like, you know what I mean? And I was thinking about, I'm like, why did that really set me off so much? And I am telling the truth that like I am double tracking. Like, hopefully this just leads to him doing better research, and then we can recruit him onto our team. But at the same time, I think one of the main reasons why I went so hard at him is because I'm choking on people saying things like that, especially the jab stuff. You know, my daughter got injured by a jab, which is why we had to leave California, because California invalidated our medical exemption. They invalidated them. Like, she got injured by a jab, and so we got medical exemptions for all 3 of our kids, and then California became the first state that invalidated them. They're all, no, you still have to get all of the shots anyway. And we were like I don't think you can understand how big of an invasion of your space that feels like. This has been deemed to be a danger to your children, and we, the government, are telling you, too bad, it's not up to you. You're going to put your children in danger, and there's nothing you can do. And you know so much about this that in the event that they are injured, there's nothing you can do about it. They're indemnified. So is the state. No one can do anything, but you have to do it. And so, like, anytime I hear anyone vomiting anything that even sounds remotely like mandate shit, I just lose my shit. You know, I can totally acknowledge that. But also, anyone who's ever had this conversation with me has ended up at the end being like, all right, I was wrong. You know, there's no like rational person who can have that conversation with us if we really lay out what happened. And they're like, no, I think the state was right. It's like, right. Because as soon as they like recognize, they're like, wait, I'm on the side of the state on this. You're like, yeah, dude, you think that's okay. And they're like, oh. So that. And the thing is, and so what I was going to say is, like, because I don't have the channel anymore, I don't have any outlet for this stuff. Normally I would go do videos about this shit, as opposed to just like choking me. And then I would see a thing and then I would just go crazy and, pick a fight with Luke Thomas for no reason. Because I was thinking about it too today. I'm like, is Luke like, so I've lit up Sank Urlik or whatever, Sank from the Young Turks 1,000 times on this channel, right? Like I have lit Sank up 1,000 times. I think Sank's a bad person. You know, like, I think he's a bad, fuck him, dude. Like, I think he's a bad person. I don't give a shit at all. I think his intentions are bad. I think he's a selfish, like, he's trash. Luke, I don't think that at all. I think he just reads the wrong information, watches the wrong information. So I was like, I probably went too hard at him, you know. But his partner, listen, dude, don't talk shit if you can't take it online, take it in the inverse. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, Nighthawk. I just talked for 100 minutes for some reason. All right. The Robert Network. Thank you very much. Tom was so much better on the mic. I agree. And thank you for the super chat. The Robert Network. You are absolutely correct here, dude. Absolutely correct. Jilton Almeida, he might be a problem. I mean, listen, dude, like, for him, the breakdown with Aspinall is, can he wrap himself onto Aspinall the way that he's been able to with other guys? Because he's like, I mean, honestly, more than any other competitor that I could think of in the recent past, it's like he is maybe him and Hamzat, right? Where, like, if he gets his hands on you, it is just a matter. It is a slow motion drowning. It's really fun to watch. But yeah, he's awesome. Thank you for the super chat. And then, but that's a very interesting fight with Tom Aspinall. That's a very interesting fight with Tom Aspinall. But with Tom Aspinall, I just don't, because Aspinall's stand-up is good. It's not like Gane has some like insane advantage over Aspinall on the feet at all. And Aspinall has an insane advantage over Gane on the ground, But yes, I do think that Almeida, Aspinall could very easily knock Almeida out. I mean, if they end up stuck on the feet, that's exactly what happens. So my predictions for Justin versus Dustin, that is an interesting, honestly, there's This is one of those fights that I can say pretty confidently. Here's my take on the fight. I can say anyone who is acting as though they have a super confident pick in this fight they're tripping, dude. No one can feel confident going into this fight. No one. There's no way, dude. There is absolutely no way. There will be people who pick one of these guys. If that guy wins, they'll be like, I called it, dude. I called it. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, there are calls that you get right because you read it right and it ended up being what you thought it was. You know, I've made a million bad calls. One of the ones that I called correctly recently, and it played out exactly like I thought it was going to, was Oliveira against Beneil. I would watch Beneil. I'm like, I don't see this at all. I think he's literally the most overrated guy in the division. I do not see what everybody else sees. Charles is going to whip his ass, dude. He just is. I think he's better everywhere. And everybody's like, dude, Beneil is a better grappler than Charles Oliveira. I'm like, no, he's not. Okay. I don't care about how decorated he is in like, you know, IBJJF or whatever. Like, that's not the same thing as applying no-gi jiu-jitsu in MMA and finishing guys when they're stunned, hurt, whatever. Charles Oliveira is one of the most consistent, where if he gets you in a bad spot, if he's on your back, if he's wherever, like, he's going to submit you. You know what I mean? And so, like, to me, I'm like, I don't see that. And on the feet, there was no contest. And like, so I read that one like right. There are lots of other fights where you're kind of flipping Fiziev against Justin Gaethje was one where I think, you know, I don't know, a lot of people were like, I don't know, man, Fiziev is just too fast. You know, he's too fast, he's too precise. And the X factor is Gaethje's so tough. Can he wait it out? You know, can Fiziev last long enough because Justin's going to be there? So everyone read that fight correctly, right? But people who picked Fiziev, they were wrong. So they read the fight right, but they were wrong about who won, you know? And like, when you look at Dustin Poirier against Justin Gaethje, there is no way that anyone can confidently call this fight, because these are the two toughest, most durable motherfuckers both of them are probably top 5 in the history of the UFC. And neither of them has demonstrated that they've slowed down. Neither of them have demonstrated that their chin is suspect. You know, both guys get harder as the fight goes on. And if you watch their first fight, I mean, go watch. Gabrielle, what are you doing?
We're back.
Let's say hi.
Hi. Oh, they all want to say hi.
But the
Jen brought you
oh, thank you, baby. So go watch that first fight. And then, I mean, it's one of those ones like those two guys fought, like Gaethje lost, but okay, beat it, you guys.
Hi.
Good night, Giselle.
Good night.
But Dustin literally could not walk. Like, if you go back and watch that fight, there will definitely be a moment where you're watching it, you know, because you know Dustin's going to win, where you'll be like, this is impossible. How on earth is Dustin going to win this fight? He can't walk. You know, he literally cannot walk. It's impossible. How the fuck is he going to win this fight? And yet he wins the fight decisively. He ends up knocking out Gaethje, like not with like he just caught him, like a flurry of connected punches. It's such an incredible fight. But since then, right? So the end of the fight is Dustin can't even walk himself out of the octagon. Justin got knocked out. And then subsequently, Justin has changed the way that he fights, and he doesn't take those insane chances as much. And Dustin has seemed to have gotten better and harder. Like, there's just no way anyone can predict that fight confidently, you know? That's an interesting take. Just pick Jones every time until he loses. I mean, listen, dude, there's certainly, there's nothing, your thought process is certainly valid, you know? I come back to that a lot of the time, where people are like, oh, dude, you know, I think this guy's going to do yada yada. And you're like, what evidence of that is there, though? Show me when that's happened in a fight with this guy. And with John, you're like, it's like, I think he's going to beat John. You're all, when has that happened? You know, like in its most basic form. It's like we've thought this guy was going to beat him. We thought this guy was going to beat him. We thought this guy was going to beat him. We thought this guy was going to beat him. And he just always wins. So I don't even think I need to get into the X's and O's of like his fight IQ or whatever. It's just like, dude, he always wins. John literally always wins. So I'm going to tell you guys an awesome story about Stipe. So I'm buddies with Stipe's agent, and he told me the fight that Stipe wanted more than any other fight, like more than any other, he's hyped for the John Jones fight, but the fight he really wanted more than any other fight was the Francis one. And he's like, he was pissed that he didn't get it. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, he was more motivated, and it is more motivated to fight Francis than any other fight. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, damn. He's like, yeah, dude, he wants that one back bad. And I think about it's like, that's so insane to me, dude. He's 42 years old. He's 42 years old, and Francis starched him super unconscious, like super unconscious. And and think about it. Think about the kind of personality it would take for you to be mad, like genuinely like pissed that you can't fight that guy again, that just beat your face into the ground and knocked you out, dude. It's like, it's pretty gangster, man. I think, I think John's a tough matchup for him, but I also think Stipe's a tough match for John. Syracuse, thank you for the super chat. All respect to Aspinall, but Jones pieces him up along with any heavyweight currently. Jones is just different. Listen, like I was just saying, I mean, it's not unreasonable to just pick John until he loses, like the dude said. But at the same time, I mean, you have eyes, right? Like we all have eyes. And if you watch that Cyril Gane fight, you really watch it. Just really watch it. Forget about the outcome. Forget about just really use a trained eye and look at John moving. Does he seem like he's lost a step? Yes or no, speed-wise? Because to me, it seems very obvious that he is significantly slower than he used to be. And to me, it seems extremely obvious that Tom Aspinall will be faster than him. Faster, more powerful. Does that mean he would win? No. But like, I don't think that that's an unreasonable, pick to make at all. Aspinall over Jones. Pavlovich, I need to watch Pavlovich again. Like before I was gonna make a really confident pick, I need to watch him again before I'd say anything about Jones, just because I've seen enough of Pavlovich to feel pretty confident in my pick of like picking Aspinall, because I think it's relatively straightforward as it relates to like straight punches beat looping punches. He's not going to be able to just like, strength, like, wrestle fuck Tom Aspinall. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Gane. Yeah, but dude, again, like there are multiple factors here, right? This is like exactly what I was saying about the other one. It's like, where is there? Okay, like speed is one factor, right? Speed is one factor. The reason why speed, like speed didn't matter against John when you're Cyril Gane is because John has such an absolutely astronomical advantage on the grappling side that like, okay, cool. Like Gane is moving faster, but the second that John can even clinch with him, he's finished. The fight's over. Like, do you know how hard it is to just completely avoid the clinch at all? You know what I mean? So like, okay, yeah, he's faster than him, but like where Tom Aspinall is a completely different ball. Like John can't manhandle it like Aspinall like that. Aspinall's grappling is 1,000 times better than Cyril Gane, 10,000 times better than Cyril Gane.
Everyone does want to say bye to you, for the record.
Where are they?
They were all, I texted you. Everyone was in Maryland's room, but they're gone now. But they're going to play games.
What time?
I'd like now.
Are they there or not?
Not in Maryland's room. They're in Lauren's room.
Okay. All right, I gotta jump, fellas. But I don't know what this means exactly. Jesse is George Masvidal when you see him in public flying knee. I don't understand. I don't think you'll see it because Blades is not going to be in position to fight him again, would be my guess. Blades has had so many chances at that level right there where it's like, if he can get through this guy, then it's whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But Blades, I mean, let me actually, that's the last thing I'll do. Let me just look that up really quick because yeah, I mean, he just loses at the most inopportune times, man. It's like look at this, dude. He can only do that so many times before you got to just start accepting that, like, this is not going to happen, you know? So he goes through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights. And it's like, all right, Francis Ngannou, this is the big one. And then boom, knocked out in 45 seconds. And he's like, oh man, dust himself off, you know, win. All right, now it's time. Boom, gets his head decapitated by Derek Lewis. It's like, all right, well, look at this. He got himself all the way back. He beat your, you know, Rosenstrick. He beat Chris, whipped his ass. Aspinall, obviously fluky thing. And then he's got another shot and no dice, knocked out in the first round. I just don't see it, dude. I don't see it. Anyway, I got to jump. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back home late afternoon tomorrow, so I might get a video up. But if not, the next day I will have some heat for you guys. Peace.